What's going on, YouTube? Leone back here today for another review. Today is a Wednesday, I never know the date, the 13th of November, frigid Chicago day out here. Gonna be talking about something that's been talked about, and finally got my thoughts all together. I'm gonna give you my take on what is being called, I forget what I'm reviewing already, the Aspire BDC. So, first off, just like to welcome all my new subscribers to my channel. Hope you find what you're looking for here. If not, there's tons of sources on YouTube. And this is going to be a review on the Aspire BDC. I've got a few Aspire BDC products in, and I did a wide range of testing on these guys because I was hoping these were a good thing for the vaping world and vaping beginners, and I'm always looking for something to recommend to that beginning vapor or that intermediate vapor that wants to get off of stick style batteries and move into, you know, tanks and variable voltage and variable wattage and whatnot. And so far, what I've been recommending to people that's either starting off or want the next step is the Eagle C Twist. This is actually a Vision spinner, but an Eagle C Twist and a Kanger EVOD. And those, to this day, even including the Aspire BDC, is the best beginner style clearomizer. That and the Pro Tank. And the Pro Tank does use the same heads, but I still have quite a bit of issues with that Pro Tank. Sometimes I get leaking, sometimes I get gurgling. With the EVOD, I don't get that. It's probably just the way the tank chamber is designed and whatnot. But this is what I recommend to new vapors usually, is an EVOD or an EVOD. Yeah, an EVOD with an Ego. And then it provides a terrific vape. I mean, I use that every day at work, so I have no issues. And I'm definitely, say, a veteran, but I've been doing this for over a year now, so I know what I'm doing. So, to find, you know, I saw these Aspires. I saw Pibasaro, Dimitri from the vape team. I saw a couple miscellaneous other people that did reviews on them, and they're, you know, great. Especially Pibasaro's review was glowing. So, it probably wasn't his glowing review because I probably wouldn't have jumped into the pool of Aspires. And I did jump in. I mean, I did buy 2 Eagle style tanks from them. I bought the Viva Nova looking one, and I did also get a 5-pack of heads. And I'll tell you where I got all this stuff. Let's actually start with that. If I can remember correctly, okay, we'll start off with the Eagle style ones. These ones here, get this kind here that holds, it's an Eagle type. I'm not going to go in detail completely on each, but I'll just kind of give a quick review. This is a Eagle style connection. Is it an Eagle? Yeah, it's an Eagle style connection. It holds about 1.8 mils of e-liquid. These are all bottom coil, obviously. This is the other version of an Eagle style here. It holds, I believe, this one actually says it holds 2.5 mils of e-liquid. And it's also an Eagle connection on it. Those two, I got a new tool now. I got a tablet. Moving up in the world now. Those two come from myfreedomsmokes.com. I have links below for all the vendors I got the stuff from. I tried 2 different vendors just to get a wide array, not but a difference of, you know, parts and pieces, just to see if it's a vendor thing and whatnot. But anyway, I got those from myfreedomsmokes.com. This guy here that holds, smaller ones, holds 1.8. This one goes for $6.95. That's not bad. And then this one here, which is the nicer one, I believe to be, is gonna be $8.95, which actually I think is $1 cheaper than I paid for it when I did get them. Those are myfreedomsmokes.com. And then the other one, and also let me mention, I did get the heads from myfreedomsmokes.com. The cheapest price I've seen on the web, $10.95 for a 5-pack. That is not too shabby. And then the famous, familiar looking Aspire that you have seen in Phil's review, except this is the stainless version. This is like got that stainless sleeve over it, I would say. I think it's still polycarbonate tank in there. This one came from Smoke Evolution, and I wasn't prepared. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I do have it pulled up here. And if they let me search for what I want to search for, kits, feature products, clear minds, maybe it's under feature products probably. And of course it's not under the feature products, but anyway, I'll continue to look for this. But this here is again the Viva Nova style, but it looks a little nicer than the Viva Nova because it's got the stainless steel look to it per se. There you go, it's a nice shot of it. It's slipping out of my hand. There's juice on it somehow. Apologize for 1 second here. Let me find this liquid clearamizers. Here we go. Any vape. Well, see now. Smoke Evolution, which is the people that brought this tank to me or got the tank from. Okay, so it's $12.99 for this guy, and it's from smoke-evolution.com. And they are $12.99, and they have them in an array of colors from blue, green, black, pink, purple, all kinds of colors. $12.99 from them. And they also sell heads there, but they are a little bit higher on the head prices. And they do have other types of Aspire BDC tanks on their website that you could look at. They only had that one. I looked for it, but I did want one 510 connection and some Eagle style ones. So I got 3 different tanks here, and let me tell you my experiences with most of them. My Aspire here on I'm using my SVD, and let's set the wattage to what we need here. Voltage, wattage. Let's check the ohms. The ohms are, hey camera, what's going on with you today? Can't see it, but it's 1.8 ohms. All the heads I've used so far have been 1.8 ohms. From what I understand, that's all their heads are, is 1.8 ohms at the moment. So I have it set for 8.5 watts. Why am I showing it? I don't feel like fidgeting with my camera today, so 8.5. Actually, let's take it down to 8 watts. And my SVD turned off. It does that a lot, this SVD. It just turns off. I didn't even press it 3 times. Okay, back to it. Okay. The vapor is fantastic out of these. The throat hit, pretty fantastic also. The flavor, that's where it gets me. I'm in between. Sometimes I get a good hit out of it. Sometimes the flavor, most of the time I should say, is dry and scratchy. Just feels like the coil is not getting enough e-liquid. I've had 2 experiences with all 3 of these. Well, with the Eagle style ones, I've had horrible experiences. I think it might have been the heads that were in there. I did throw away that head, and I popped in a new head with the Viva Nova one, and the one the one that came with the Viva Nova tank seemed to provide a great experience. That head that was in there that it came with has had no issues with it. I've lost train of thought. Okay, so yeah, dry and scratchy. I've had 2 experiences basically. I've had dry and scratchy, and then on the other side I've had gurgly. I didn't have that median point where the experience was just great. I've had some great hits and flavor hits out of it, but it shouldn't be sporadically on and off. just earlier today I was driving. I had taken this off my vape shelf and going out to do some errands, and I get ready to take a toot in the car, and is that a gurgle sound? A gurgle sound, whatever that sounds like. Anyways, a gurgle sound, and I was like, shit, it's flooded. So I take it off and I, do my routine. I blow the head out, get the e-liquid out of there. There's e-liquid all up in my SVD chamber here. I think it has to do with being in a warm place, going to a cooler place. But that has happened to me. It hasn't happened to my eVods. My eVods go from the home to work and in the garage, and they don't leak or gurgle. So I'm not blaming the temperature on it, but I'm blaming the tank because my eVods don't do it. This shouldn't do it. That's simple as that. The flavor's just dry and scratchy most of the time. Doesn't feel fully saturated. It's kind of brutal on the throat, almost too intense. I'm using my 18 milligram juice, which is typical for me on a clearomizer. Getting a phone call. What's new? I gotta take a drink. Okay, so dry and scratchy. Alright, so those are my experiences as far as flavor goes, which are not satisfying for me, and I will not give this to a beginner because if it's going to gurgle or be dry and scratchy, nobody's going to want to deal with it. It seems like there's just too many maintenance issues. I heard on some people the 510 connection does not make connection, so you're pulling your post on here like your old VV Nova's same problem we had with those. Also, not really leaking unless it gurgles. When you're getting it ready, some tips that I learned, I'm going to pull this apart here. We're going to inspect this VV Nova version here. To do that, I'm going to have to go up close, sorry. So give me a second, I'll set that all up. So, these are the tanks here. I've gotten the VV Nova tank opened and broken down. And I'm going to show you basically quickly a quick full detour of the different Aspire BDCs they have, and there's a lot more than this actually. I'm going to take my autofocus off so you guys can catch what I'm catching. There we go. This one is the one that holds, I believe, 2.5 mils of e-liquid. It's stainless steel. The drip tip on here is not removable. It's got eagle threading. Able to catch there the eagle threading. Comes apart by unscrewing the base. Actually, this one's fully disassemblable. I can't speak. You can actually take the whole tank off also. That's the tank section here. You can see it says Aspire BDC on there. And this is the base. This is where your head sits in. And the head does screw in there. You can unscrew. This head actually has not been used. I haven't tried this head out yet. And on the head, to give you a quick tour of the head, it does say the ohms on here. It's so tiny. I don't know if you're going to be able to make it out, but it does say the ohm on there. Yeah, it's very tiny, like I said. I'll be able to make that out. But it does also have two tiny little prick holes, or pinholes, or whatever you want to call them. They're for juice flow to get in there. Looks like there's some type of wicking material in there that captures the liquid like a cartomizer. There's one on that side, and then there's another one right on the other side right there. So, and that's how they feed the juice in there. And then inside, I'm not going to take it apart, but there's two wicks, hence the dual coils. And to put this one back together, you just screw your head into the base. Put the tank the correct way, which is this way. Just screw that on. And you will take your top section and screw that on. Very simple design. They're completely apart. I really like the look of this one. Really, really do. Then the other one's a little more simplistic. It has your removable drip tip. You put any 510 drip tip in there. And I believe on this one just a bit apart. Yeah, just a base. The rest of it's one tubular piece. And same concept here. Your head right there that unscrews, and you fill her up down. Put your bottom cap back in, and drip tip in, and another one done. Some liquid, or yeah, some liquid was in there. Wipe my fingers off. Okay. Then you got the VV Nova style. This one's the one that I've been using lately to test. And this one does break down completely. I'm not going to take, I guess I can if I got a little bit of juice in here, so. Not a little, it just might be a little juicy. But the top comes off and you got that shaft there. And that just screws right back on. Looks just like a VV Nova. Removable drip tip. You could use any 510 drip tip. And then you got your base with your VV Nova head in there. VV Nova head. Your Aspire BDC head in there. Also same type of head. And to install it, or I should say to fill it, let's do that while we're here. A bottle of my Tranquility Trauma. And just fill it down the side. One thing that sucks about these is you can't fill them up all the way, because really you're filling up until the top of that center shaft, which is pretty damn close right there. And then you take your base, and you'll see what I mean when I get it all together here. And just screw that on firmly, which it is, and flip her over. And you'll see how full she actually is. She's kind of short of being full because just the design of the head. I actually can't see because I'm tilting it to get it to the camera so you can see it. When we get out of this view, I'll show you a little bit better what I'm talking about. And you can screw it on your device, and she should vape quite fine. But we're going to switch cameras here. That's the up close tour, and talk a little more about it. Alright, so back to the review. What I was trying to show you there was how this tank, actually you cannot really fill it, and the glass is not completely visible through here, but kind of see, or not, but it's slightly short of being full. And that's just the way, because the stem and the head meet up at a certain point, and that's just how it ends up working. And it's just dry. It's a dry vape. I'm going to try using some different heads and see if that changes it. But this is the second head I've tried, and the first head was even worse. This head's gotten better as breaking it in now, but still not great. Still not recommending it. Stick with your Kangers, your EVODs, your Pro Tanks, the Pro Tank 3. If anybody has tried that, please let me know how that is, because I'm curious. I don't want to jump into buying it because it's all new heads also. But let me know your experience with it, because I might do a review on it depending. If I want to waste some more money like I did on these Aspires. I might send these on to some other people and see what they think of them, because frankly, I don't think they're for moi. But when you do get the heads, if you do decide to give these a try, heads come in a 5-pack like this. They come all nicely sealed, 5 heads. Like I said, about $11 from My Freedom Smokes. I did purchase. I'm gonna now say this once more so you guys know. I purchased these and these 2 tanks from myfreedomsmokes.com. So check them out if you'd like any more info or to purchase these. And as far as the VV Nova style tank, you can check out Inhaler's website. I got this one from Smoke Evolution. Both are great vendors. I received these in a reasonable amount of time. I highly recommend. I've ordered from them a couple times for vape stuff. They have lots of other vape stuff too. They're both very fast vendors. I've had no issues with either. Kind words to say about them. That's my take on the Aspires. I don't know what Phil is using. Don't know why his are performing so much better. It's not an airflow thing. I'm not a newbie. I know airflow. My SVD has airflow. I've tried it on numerous devices, including Max with airflow controls. I've used it with a kick. I've had all kinds of options with it. So I know it's not an airflow thing. I don't know what's going on with these heads, and I don't know what's going on with these Aspires, but they need to get their shit together, because soon enough everybody's going to realize that they're a waste of money. Sorry, that's just the way it felt. But if they're working good for you, great. They're not working good for me. This is my opinion. This is only one guy in a pool of millions of vapors out there. I do want to touch on one other quick thing. This is a 2-for-1 review. I've been searching for a custard vape. I've always liked vanillas and yogurts and things like that. Sweet tooth here and there. Not very much, though, but sweet tooth in vaping, I should say. Not sweet tooth in life. I'm not a big cookie guy. Hence my size. If you've seen me full body view, you'll know I'm not a big guy whatsoever. But I did get from Moon Mountain Vapor this new flavor they just released, a Cosmos Custard. As you know, I've talked about in previous videos, I do like Moon Mountain Vapor. That might be changing soon, but Cosmos Custard. It's a vanilla custard. It's like a puddingish flavor. I have it in a dripper. I'm going to do a quick video on it, because I just don't want to do a video just for one juice. I have it in my iGo dripper with my Sun Oak Leone, 4 wraps, 0.8 ohm coil on there, with a 1/16 drilled out airflow hole. Vapor is excellent. Obviously, this is a sub-ohm build, and the sun is just shining in my face from the window. So if you see a little reflection on my face, it's the sun. It's rambly sometimes. It is very good. I have to say that. That's why I'm talking about it. You like custards, like vanillas. On the inhale, I get a nice yogurt vanilla. A nice yogurt vanilla. Yeah. I get a yogurt. I guess I get more of a creamy custard, or a creamy yogurt. On the inhale, and on the exhale, I get smooth vanilla. Very smooth. It is very good. I got it in 12 milligrams. They're $6.99 for a 10 mil, and $8.99 for a 17 mil. They're running a promotion. 12 mils upgrade to 17 mils at the moment. I don't want to get all into that, but they have some promotion going on. So I ended up getting a 17 mil for $6.99. Moon Mountain Vapor, I'm going to quickly touch on this. They have raised their prices. Yes, they have raised their prices. I found a vendor. I found them a little while back now, and I've had 4 orders, about 40-buck orders each. I spent a good amount of money with them. I've become my all-day vendor, or all-day juice supplier. Tranquility Trauma, I've talked about that. That's my all-day vape. And I used to go on there and order their 332 mil sampler, or 332 mil pack. So I'd get 3, I don't have 30 mil bottles on me, but 3 of those bottles for $34.99. And I always had code for free shipping, so that is not bad for 330 mils. But now, I have just lo and behold, checked their website, just randomly I pulled it up, and I was like, whoa, what did they do? Every juice price has gone up. Their samplers have gone up. Their 50 mil bottle is now, I don't know if you can see what's on my tablet here, but I do have it pulled up. Their 50 mil bottle is now $24.99 for 50 mils. It has gone up. We're back at most standard prices for standard vendors. They were the cheap vendor to me. A cheap, quality, good vendor. They have now raised their prices and become just like every other vendor. And so yeah, if anybody knows of any cheaper, more quality juice vendors, I know people are going to be saying, oh, 25 bucks for 50 mils is really bad. And no, it's really not bad. Just getting a good amount of juice for a good price, and the prices went up again. So I know I could be a little nitpicky and complaining at times, But I just don't like when somebody has a set price. I know prices go up, but $10 is quite a steep thing for something that I order quite often, sometimes twice a month. So that will add up in the future. But anyways, that's just my take and what I feel about, you know, my juice prices going up, because it's such good juice. It's going to be hard to stop ordering from them. But I did do it once before, and I might have to do it again. There's so many vendors out there that I can try. But any recommendations would be greatly appreciated. That's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank all of you for watching this video, and thanks to all my subscribers for subscribing. If you would like to subscribe or have any questions or concerns, post your comments below. You can PM me anytime. Try to get back to you as quick as I can. I'll put a subscribe link over here if you'd like to subscribe. And as always, till next time, live well and vape on.
So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older.